We're back! At last! We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Atlantic Overwatch Showdown. I've said that all in the wrong order because I've been waiting about an hour for this game to get underway.
True.
Jason Kaplan is with me as well. He's been weathering the storm. We've been trying to keep you entertained in the chat, or you've been entertaining us with your wonderful Google jokes of Overwatch games. But let's get into the game because you heard the music. Dorado is ready. I gave the cue to the players because we've all been waiting for this game to get underway. So it's Redskins up against OWKings. Redskins finally picked up the win, and well, they had a, I think it was an hour and 20 game against the other guys, which was Free Agents, which actually I thought might win. To be honest, I think they faced each other last week, Free Agents and Redskins.
Honestly, can't remember. Honestly, can't
definitely
remember
there or
all.
thereabouts. But anyway, let's talk about the defensive side. It is going to be Dorado. This is a map that obviously we've followed OWKings on tonight, and they've played it twice already, in dominant fashion. The first time around was 3 minutes 49. Took them a lot longer the second time, 7:29 against Endpoint. So let's see if they can actually complete the map here against Redskins.
Well, let's see. It looks like on the defense for Redskins, we're going to have McCree played by Leaf, Heiko on Reaper, you think on Zenyatta, Onyo, is that, yeah, no, Dinyo,
yeah.
Dinyo, that's going to be difficult. Winston, Super Pluke on Reinhardt, Noki on Lucy on the side of Overwatch Kings. We're going to have Twitty on Reinhardt, of course, likely over on Zenyatta, Rib going to be playing Winston, Adatonian on Zarya, Olba on McCree, and Clown on Lucio.
The players. Rib figuring out you can't actually look up, I think it was Adatonian's skirt there, I believe is the phrase. But anyway, I don't know exactly what they were getting up to over in the spawn area, but you can see it wasn't exactly a contested start. They've not bothered holding the high ground. They know they're up against it, so they're trying to hold straight on the point, and Olba manages to find the head of Leaf.
Yeah, I'm not sure why your Leaf actually peeked that if you don't have full HP. You think it's going to go down 2. This is 3 quick kills coming in. And Redskins, honestly, aren't even going to have a chance to hold on to this point if Olba can get this kill under the Reaper and pairing that in with his Winston out of Rib, able to secure the kill. And this checkpoint will be taken extremely quickly. So Overwatch Kings, I think they were fed up with the wait as well because they had to wait a hell of a long time to get this next game going.
Yeah, so high ground is going to be contested here. You can see, of course, Dinyo trying to jump up there, but already getting tagged up in the process. Finally, they do hold the top. But that was a quick start. 1 minute, and they're already through the gates and into the section of the church area. And this is going to be a real problem. Olba's got his ulti ready and waiting to go already.
You can see Leaf, though. He keeps peeking past the shield and taking some chip damage. That's either his Reinhardt not positioning himself correctly, or it's just him kind of getting a little bit over-aggressive. And Olba's been the one actually pulling most of his attention towards him. Leaf's constantly been trying to get a couple of shots onto him. Olba's just trying to spam down some shields while the payload moves. He's going to be popping the Deadeye, and he actually is going to at least be able to pick up one. That's, you think, go down. That's the Zenyatta now gone. That is a huge loss here for Redskin.
Yeah, Adatonian picked up 2 as well, and you can see that payload. The drop down failed. It's a risk, and when you go for it, you've got to really try and hope that you've got everything ready waiting to go. As you mentioned, the fact that Zenyatta was picked off the sky the second they dropped down, they had it set up perfectly, and they are flying through right now. We're just hitting the 2-minute barrier, and you can see they're already about to hit the second payload marker. It's going to try and contest it, but I'm not sure this is going to work. That was a massive displacement.
That charge coming through knocked 2 people into the air. The Transcendence is coming through, able to heal up Heiko for now, but the thing is, Olba keeps hitting these headshots. A counter Transcendence coming out of was likely there, able to buy them a little bit of time here, but Olba's missing a couple of shots, gets discorded up, just going to back away for a couple of shots back, eventually be taken out by Heiko, so we will see Redskins actually pulled up a hold here against Overwatch Kings off the back of the initial Transcendence, how do you think?
Yeah, Leaf doing good work there, picked himself up a triple. So, payload finally stops, and he needed to. We were at 2 minutes 30, and that was looking to be a very quick time. So he does slow them down, but Graviton Surge is available for Adatonian. No Xayah on the opposition side, so we're not going to have a counter Graviton Surge. Transcendency was just used, so there's not a great deal to counter this outside of Sound Barrier to try and just buff up those hit points if they were to catch them in the right place. Now, they did this last time around. They tried to catch them out. They're pushing straight in the payload. They have a couple on the high ground, couple on the low ground, and that payload is not being contested. It's moving. They've got to be careful here. They're going to push around the side. Heiko manages to get himself a double, a triple around the top there, and now he can just drop down and finish the rest off.
Graviton Surge is still ready to be used out of Adatoni, who's just been sitting on the payload the entire time. He's going to use it, but he's basically by himself. Rib's going to be there to help out. The Wraith Form is going to allow Heiko to get away from this, but he's lost out on both supports now with Clown picking up one. There's a Sound Barrier to back it up with, and this payload is going to keep moving, but the Earth Shatter connects.
Straight through. Adatonian, though, he's not got a great big charge. Now he does. Builds it up, but not quick enough as Leaf manages to get himself the Deadeye. Ticks on through, and they get themselves the double kill. So, successful hold as we approach the 4-minute mark. Finally, Redskins getting a bit of a delay on OWKings. Now, remember, they got 7:49 was their time they posted against Endpoint. So, likely to finish the map, but at the moment, it might be a long one. It's starting to get longer.
Yeah, just crossed the 4-minute mark. OWKings gonna get engaged on by Redskins. You can see Leaf trying to focus out some targets, gets ribbed down. That's actually a really good kill onto the Reaper off the bat. Gets the parry in on the Clown too.
Nice.
And with now losing support, losing a big damage dealer, and Twitty getting killed right after the Earth Shatter, there's no real chance that honestly OWKings are gonna be able to push someone successfully.
Oh, but just gets the single kill with the Deadeye. Used it kind of late. The rest of his team had already dropped there. Now Transcendence is available for you think, so this is looking all right. Likely's going to have his own, so both counter Transcendences back and forward. Deadeye for Leaf is almost ready, though. Will be for this fight. And, well, Transcendence is going to heal you all you can, but it ain't going to stop a Deadeye.
Yeah, Leaf's still getting the charge of just off time alone, so it's not really a big deal for him to not hit these shots. He's trying to spam the shield down, not allowing Twitty to walk straight through and block the Deadeye here, as you're going to see. He catches that Rib off to the side, so that's a Reaper now down. With losing a Reaper again, it's going to be hard to deal with these tanks who are going to be in the face of the backline of OWKings.
They tried to spin around the back there. Adatonian getting flashed out. This is working very well for Redskins, and honestly, OWKings, they need to stop and think, what are they doing? What is going on here? Because the payload is just going further and further back. It was almost on the point, and they've failed 3-4 attacks now already. They're just going to push around, bully them out here. Twitty's going to get picked off by Leaf. Leaf doing some serious work. Alba finally drops, and they are back to the spawn points once again.
And so this actually wouldn't be bad for OWKings to go for a Widowmaker to get Leaf down. And once Leaf's dead, like, he has no Deadeye, he's not going to have the extra damage from long range. It just depends on the avenue you want to attack from. With the way they were going, a Widowmaker would have been great. This position, though, changes things up because it forces Leaf to either adapt or kind of fight on the high ground with the rest of his team.
Well, both Death Blossoms available. It's just a case of who can use it in the better position.
Why are they going in there?
I think they maybe expected
trying to
someone
fake?
making short. No, I think they were checking the Reaper wasn't there. They didn't want to get caught out by Death Blossom in the back. That's what Rib's waiting to do. He's going to get a couple of shots straight up. That's going to wreck that shield fast. Going to make sure they don't get picked off. They're still going to deal with this Winston, who's been hovering around. Nice use of the shield there. Drops it straight in the faces. And this is a very splintered attack, Jason.
It's a very slow attack, actually, at OWKings. The Graviton Surge is going to be paired in with the Death Boss, and that was going to net them all the kills they need. There's still a man alive, though. It was in Yada. But you think on the payload, so he kept it moving backwards. On the meantime, the rest of his team had fallen. But this checkpoint should most certainly be taken. But we're now 6.5 minutes in. The time that we're seeing OWKings put up is not going to be a good one. It's not going to be an amazing one, at least from what we saw earlier on. And hell, they might even get this checkpoint, actually.
Oh, High Noon's getting popped on the top up, but Leaf manages to take him down. Leaf picks him off during the High Noon. That was beautifully done, and as you mentioned, they may even just contest it all over again. High Noon's going to get popped. There's only a shield on the right-hand side. Rib will get taken down by that. Like he manages to finally get his ulti around. The flash comes out. He's got to back away. Transcendence is still pushing on him. We're into overtime. They could clear the payload here. There's only likely alive. The payload's cleared. The overtime's going to tick, and they are just going to post themselves a marker of distance rather than a completion. That is tragic from OWKings. They were through the first section inside a minute. They were almost at the doorway in 2.5 minutes, and then they just got stopped dead.
How bad would it be here, Demon, if OWKings has played every single week?
Oh, don't.
Doesn't qualify in the last qualifier.
They've been the highest seed for the last 2 or 3 weeks as well. 2 weeks, definitely.
See, you could argue it's like, oh, well, I mean, if they couldn't qualify after 4 tries, then they maybe shouldn't be there. But at the same rate, there's a lot of other teams that I sure as hell know they would beat that they didn't get matched up against in the quarterfinal just because of the luck of the draw for the other teams. I don't want to count them out. We're going to see how they're going to do on defense, the initial point. But this is a little bit worrisome for me. I kind of feel for OWKings if they actually don't qualify here today.
Well,
or tomorrow, sorry. Well, at least win today.
We're in the round of 16. If they can't even meet the reign of 8, they don't deserve to be there in the first time. They're up against a team that is the lowest seed. Redskins are a pretty decent team. They're not bad in any stretch of the imagination because we've seen them. I think they were in the round of 8 last week, weren't they? If memory serves. I remember seeing them maybe the round of 16. I think it was because Lil Bar was playing for them, but he's moved on. But nonetheless, a distance of 95.34 meters is all they need to reach. So it's just outside the second checkpoint area. So they have to get through all the church area. Let's see how it works out for them. Olba on the defense, once again as the McCree. Likely playing is Zenyatta the same. Clown on Lucio. Adatonian will be on the Reaper. Right. Rib. I nearly called him Ribe. Ribe. I don't know which. I think we called it Rib. Is on Zaya, and Twitty will be on Reinhardt. You think once again an anomaly for Redskins on the Zenyatta. They're going to have Heiko on Reaper. Pretty much everyone playing the same heroes, basically, as last time around. Superloke once again on the Reinhardt. We're going to have Danyo on the Zaya this time. Did play the Winston last time around, if you were just unsure. Lethal Gain on McCree, working out very well, and Noki going to be on the Lucio.
Yeah, so that's the biggest change, is the Zarya from the Winstons. They're looking to actually kind of keep momentum going throughout the entire push here. The Graviton Surge paired him with Heiko, even Leaf there can actually do some ridiculous damage, which is why not he can charge it up in time. And OWKings, most important, they need to put up a good defense, so they need to really dwindle a lot of time that Redskins have. But here's a speed boost coming through. The flashbang is not going to catch over the actual shield of Reinhardt, and OWKings will hold for now.
For now. Can they get the kills? That's the question. Likely manages to pick one up. Leaf getting tagged very low around the side there. Just manages to dodge out of that fire strike in time, but Albers took down Heiko, and this attack has been stopped dead. Leaf's backing into nowhere at the moment. He's trying to flash them up, but Alber will chase him down, and you think will drop as well with Cloud. So, solid hold to begin with, but they've got a long time to do this. Another 3 minutes on the clock, just shy of. So plenty of time for Redskins to counter-attack.
Most importantly, though, for OWKings, this is a big confidence booster for them, too. Considering they couldn't finish the map, but they had no problems today. Yeah, they had one time that was a little bit longer, but to be able to hold them on the first attack on this first point has to build some confidence for them that they're desperately going to need at this rate. I almost wonder, there has to be something in the back of their head saying, oh my god, we might not qualify. We've done this 4 weeks straight now, and we might not qualify, and this has to kind of reverse that thinking for them now, for now.
Yeah, they've had problems along the way as well with certain players not being able to reach there. There's a Graviton Surge, though. It catches 4 people in, but not a great deal of follow-up. And Leaf with the Deadeye from above manages to get himself a double, make it a triple as he picks them down, and that payload is rolling on through.
He's looking for more, too. He finds out that McCree. Oba's going to fall from this one, and that's going to be Twitty died as well. This is going to be Redskins actually taking this first point. Not with great time, but they've got it nonetheless. And remember, they're based off distance. They just have to get basically to the second checkpoint to win. They don't even need to finish the map. And OWKings, with them losing this many people, are going to be slow to take the high ground.
5 minutes to complete their goal of simply reaching the second marker. Totally doable. Heiko with his ulti in the top, in the church, ready and waiting to go. The second they group up, he's just off the side. You can see them all in the X-ray. There we go. They're going to group themselves up. Was expecting a quick peek there. Adatonian not falling for it.
And still no Anna's being played today.
Yeah.
Even though she's available, still not being played. Adatonian going to be coming in. He does have Death Blossom up. Earthshatter comes in to pair with it.
Nice.
This is going to be a clean wipe.
Oh, that's the combo you want to find, isn't it, really? Play the games. Earthshatter, catching them all. Easy stuff for Adatonian. Simply killing frozen targets. Unfortunately,
keep calm and rebound.
Unfortunately, Heiko used his ulti at the same time. Not sure why.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to counter the Earthshatter, but he didn't actually see Adatonian coming in. But because of all those ultimates being used at OWKings, they only have one offensive ultimate up, and that's going to be Oba, who's going to have a really hard time to actually get any kills with the Deadeye. But let's see, can they get the shield to drop? Will he even be in a position to make it work? They're actually all behind the shield. He's going to at least pick up 2 because the shield went down as he shot through it, and this is a good fight for OWKings.
Yeah, managed to get down. You're thinking Superloke at the same time. And, well, back to the drawing board. They're going to get chased down, picked off. And problems arising, just as we saw for OWKings. And suddenly that 5-minute marker trickles down very quickly when you're in this sort of rinse-repeat phase. You suddenly think, where did the time go? How did we have 5 minutes to do this? Now, they do have a good plethora of ultis ready and waiting to go, though. Danu's got the Graviton Surge. You can see there's Transcendence in there as well as the Earth Shatter. So they've got the ability, which is why with the the Graviton Surge available, they're going to go to the high ground this time through the church and say, you know what, we can do this. We can push through. But look, what just ticked in? Rib's ulti, ready to go.
He's going to Graviton Surge immediately right now, but the Transcendence comes in, it's going to keep them relatively healthy and really hard to burst anyone down. You can just see them struggling here as the shield is even offering a lot of more damage mitigation than they need to. Adatonian able to pick up 1 kill. They're still looking to chase it down because Adatonian's behind them. He picks up 2. He's looking for the Lucio. He should fall eventually as he gets around the corner. And Overwatch Kings, they will hold again.
That might have just cost them. They both went for the Graviton Surge. I think Denu was more of a case of panic. Honestly, I think they probably should have saved it. He should have not used it in response, just said, you know what, okay, we're going to wipe here. They've used the Graviton Surge, they've wiped us out, fair play, but we've got ours now. You're not going to have yours in the next fight. Let's just try and sit back. Now they've got 2 minutes without that big ulti. And now you can hear already the Deadeye going. Adatonian's got his Death Blossom ready, and he can just keep on pushing.
Yeah, he's not even using it too, which is really smart because if he's going to have it for the next fight, that's another 30 to 45 seconds of time that you're going to have free to set up again and look for the next attack. And with Heiko wasting his ult with his team already going down, Redskins, when they're getting so close, able to hold Overwatch Kings back for even capturing the 2nd point, but they are struggling here. They keep using ultimates at wrong times. They're not getting the position that necessarily want to. Miscommunication across the board for them, and they might not even get to this distance. I don't even think they're going to be able to pull it off.
No, Adatonian still sat there, remember. Didn't even need to use his ulti in the last time, so there's not a lot that's going to catch him. There is an Earth Shatter. That's all they need to worry about. Waits for the rest of the team, comes back in. Thank you very much. No, flash banged up. Leaf manages to catch him. Now, is that going to be enough to try and slow them down? No, because just look at the kill feed. It's still filled with
the Earth Shatter, it missed. The initial Earth Shatter commit 20 hits nothing because it's blocked up by the shield, and they get Earth Shatter themselves, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. Leaf fluffs his Deadeye, only picking up a kill on Adatonian right before that, and 20's just still swinging away with that orb on him.
Rip still got his ulti ready, waiting to go. The Graviton Surge doesn't need to pop it just yet, though, can just simply beam them down. It's only a 50 charge. It's not the strongest, but it's still going to be doing enough. You can see it's actually much, much closer this time, so he needs to try and think about this. They want to run it back up to the high ground, come back around to the team, rejoin the team. He's got Adatonian, so 2 damage dealers are here to join him if he wants to just try and plop it right down there.
And the Transcendence will be coming in. Yes, it is. How do you think? The thing is, there's no backup again. Super Pluke will die to Oba because the Deadeye coming through, which makes the Transcendence void. That's the 2 tanks now gone. You think's gonna fall. And Leaf and Hake are the last 2 men alive, waiting for their teammates to get back in. They're trying to push them down, not let them actually survive and run away. Leaf is gonna escape on a sliver of HP. That's gonna be good for them. But now, 15 seconds to go.
They gotta push.
This is the last push.
They've got to push. I don't think anyone's quick enough. I don't think they're gonna get here in 10 seconds. They need to get around this corner now. They need to just be rushing around the corner. Heiko gets there. They touch it just in time as they push around the side there. 5 seconds remaining as they manage to keep on pushing. The Earth Shatter comes through. Oba gets himself the double. Twitty and Adatonian get themselves a hatful of kills. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. They are pushed off the payload. And Overwatch Kings do manage to hold with their short distance of 95.34. Wow. So neither team could hit the 2nd checkpoint. That does surprise me.
I don't know what that says, to be honest. I really don't know what that says. That's just really weird if you think about it, because most teams will, if they're equal, they'll both complete, but it'll be based off time. But this was, they both failed at getting the 2nd checkpoint, and they both failed at transitioning and adapting to what they needed to actually take this area. It's so wide open, there's so many different angles you can fight from, and, well, as you see, with both teams struggling, neither going to get the capture, but Overwatch Kings, they have held on, and there's something odd behind us, which is actually your screen.
Sub.
Not that button.
It's
that button.
Oh, I wanted to move my mouse around.
Nope.
I could have been doing all sorts of things.
Ooh, Jason, I'm glad I've used the system for like a couple years, or else I would have like cried and been like, all right, we're gonna watch it here, guys. We're gonna have us casting with it behind us.
Just turn around, just like.
Yeah, it's like we're doing.
I reckon this could work. I think this could work.
Well, the thing is, you have to observe, so you'll be there, and I'll be looking here.
Well, I'll have the keyboard on the lap or something. I don't know.
That's true.
We're just waiting for them to pick a map out here. I need to be admin D-man again. We just went in for Redskins, of course, their choice. It is a best of 3, not a best of 5. Best of 5s will be happening tomorrow in the round of 8. They have to get there first, though. Lijiang Tower. So first King of the Hill map of the night, actually. we're going to get to see between these two. We are ready to go. They just need to sort themselves out. So, OWKings, as we mentioned, they are the #1 seed in today's bracket. We United also down there in the bottom as well. Them running their way through. Should we have a quick look at the brackets, actually, while we're waiting for these guys to start themselves up?
Sure.
Okay, we got a little bit of populated. Why not? Let's have a little peek. Little sneaky peek. Let's have a look on there. OWKings, Redskins, as you can see, we're waiting for it for a long time. Lemix, we covered them last week. The other team is Drunks' team as well. Fnatic manager.
I don't know if he's actually playing.
I don't know if he's
allowed to.
I think he's become like the
yeah,
overlord
I don't know.
now he's manager technically of Nubris, formerly Nubris, yeah, now Fnatic. But that's obviously going to be that area. Team Area got himself through once again, or Area, I'm not sure the exact pronunciation. Reason Gaming up against Execute. We'd expect Execute to go through there, but you never know. They didn't perform that well last week. B-Fly versus T for Tilt. So I like that. B-Fly very successful. Team Project up against Choke. And Skylong managed to win out. They're up against We United. That's all going to be tomorrow. They'll be playing out. That'll be the final game of the day. But for now, let's drop into Lijiang Tower. So we get our way underway. Way underway. Redskins up against OWKings. And who would you favour here? I would ordinarily have said OWKings. They used to be great at this, King of the Hill stuff. But the problem is, right, they've kind of not done that well in King of the Hills since the no hero limit. I'm closing it.
I was going to say, stopwatch for King of the Hill. That'd be interesting.
What side are they on? Who's attacking first?
Oh, someone scored!
Oh, no, missed it! No!
The one time you don't look, they score.
I missed it! No! Oh well, okay, here we go. Let's get straight in there. King of the Hill on Lijiang Tower. You know what it's all about. It's all about knocking each other off this bridge. Can you do it, Noki? Are you going to get any boops? No. I followed you for that only reason. That was the only reason I followed you. Leaf managed to pick up himself a chunk of kills, though, along with Olba. Almost managed to get himself a beat, but it's actually Lucio back and forth. Now he's got to run away. And he's
had to
forced
reload.
Away.
He tried to go for it, and then he's like, I don't have ammo. Crap. And he died. And Overwatch Kings going to get the early hold. Did you set this to best of 5, by the way?
I wasn't the admin. I didn't run it.
Okay, well, I hope whoever is. I didn't see who was it.
The players are doing it.
Okay, we'll hope it's best of 5.
I think it's Adatonian actually that's doing it, so I'm sure he knows.
All right, well, we do see now Redskins pushing from the side. Olba does have Deadeye available, so he can afford to sit back and actually use it a little early. He's going to come in around the corner. And, well, he gets nothing. And now he's being forced to back away. He overcommits to that. I'm not sure why at all he did that, because it probably just cost him the point.
Yep. Noki manages to get himself a double. Leaf gets one as well. That's going to be a beam on Clown. And he is forced off, and there goes Noki booping off likely. So, successful recap. 30% was all OWKings managed to reach there. And as you mentioned, that Deadeye really didn't work out very well. But Graviton Surge is available for 20 on this next attack.
You can see, was that Reaper? That's Heiko off to the side, ready to actually pounce when he does have an opportunity. They're going to actually be able to push through, not be knocked off at all. No pressure from that at all. Redskins more than happy to just sit on point. Samber's been used offensively, and there's the Graviton Surge coming through. The thing is, where's the backup coming in? You're getting a lot of ticks of damage off, but you don't have anyone else there to help out, and that's going to be Redskins holding on. Yeah,
Leaf managing to land the shots as well, picking himself up a chunk of kills. Nice hold. Now, finally, Redskins in the lead. Remember, this was their choice, so they're obviously feeling confident coming into the King of the Hill maps, but now Rib will have himself the Death Blossom available. Heiko used it in the last attack, I believe. Or did he just switch off? I don't remember hearing the Death Blossom. Either way.
It didn't. He didn't actually use it. I don't know why. I think he didn't have it up when they went for it, or maybe he was in the wrong position when it happened. But either way, they're pushing back in with the Deadeye. He still has Death Blossom available. Deadeye's going to catch one on a Super Fluke, so they get one of the tanks down. And there's a Graviton Surge being used out of Redskin, though. It pulls them together, and Olba able to somehow pick up 2 in the midst of this with the help of the Transcendence.
Well, Leaf's going to have to get the hell out of Dodge. He's got his ulti available. There's no way he's going to use a Deadeye in this situation. He's going to get picked off by Olba. And they will recap the point. 70% was what Redskins reached. They're going to have themselves a big chunk of ultis, though. You can see Leaf, Super Luke, and you think all going to have themselves an ulti ready waiting to go. But Rib still holding that Deadeye. And that actually could be crucial because he'd be able to pop it down as soon as they come around this corner.
On Twitty as well. He's like 40-50% ahead of his counterpart, Dano. With Graviton Surge, which is going to be huge. Thing is, you think he has Transcendence up, and that's going to counter Rib when he goes for the ultimate. But he's got to wait. He's got to wait now. He sees it being used. He says it Deadeye. He's going to wait around the corner. He's trying to dodge away from it. He jumps off instead. He takes his life in his own hands instead of letting Leaf pick it up for him.
I will not let you take my life. And then falls straight off that. Well, sound barrier available, not needed. Successful take that. And you know what? When Rib does that, it kind of gives you the point. I mean, you already make it a 5v6. You don't even need to do anything, just the pressure of Leaf doing it for you.
I mean, if anything, I would have jumped around the corner and tried to kill him. But here we go. Yeah, you say Graviton Surge is up. Deadeye being used. Leaf is able to get 2, and he gets, most importantly, Rib down. So that's no Death Blossom coming in, and we're at 98%. This could be Redskins capturing the point. We're in overtime. They need to touch as quick as they can. 20 wouldn't even have a chance. But that's going to be the newly changed Zenyatta ultimate. Speed him through to keep it contested. Yeah, but that's it. Remember, overtime ticks very fast now. It's going to be quicker, and Rib finally gets to use that ulti and does not a great deal with it, does he, that? So Redskins take round 1. I saw you, Rib. We did? I didn't see it.
Rib falling off.
Oh, Rib. Oh,
we
okay.
were watching him, yes.
I thought it was the end.
No. It was Rib diving away. Adatonian now on the Reaper instead of Rib. Rib's on Winston. He's been demoted to Winston. Oh, okay, I'll play Winston. I screwed up, guys.
Well, at least if you fall, you can jump again and get out of there.
And nobody gets the basketball in this time.
Wait, likely, where is he? Oh, I think he was trying for it. Because he's on the Symmetra, and there's a really weird glitch with it right now at the moment, where it's like a gravity gun and you hold the ball. But either way, like I said, Redskins up 1-0 now in this best of 5, and they have to take this map to tie things up in the series and go to the 3rd and final map here in this best of 3. Let's see, Adatonium. Actually, they're pushing. Are they going to come directly behind? Ooh, they're going to come in from the front entrance, and that's going to be Rib jumping straight through in the back with Winston. Yeah, Adatonian getting himself some easy kills there, straight in their faces. This is only going one way. OWKings, big red kill feed as they get obliterated on that first attack, and that's going to be going well in their favor. That's exactly what they did last time around, though, and then it kind of backfired. Oh, that was a late kill on Superplock there, so that's going to delay them. Waiting for that spawn. You can see everybody else is ready. They're waiting for the Winston to respawn. Does manage to get himself back in there and can run in. A little angry shake of the mouse. It's a little frustrating as a Winston, too. You kind of need your team. It's really hard to play basically any hero in the game unless it's a big DPS character or hero, because you can't really solo carry anything. As a Winston, you depend on your teammates to be able to come in and help you. But the flashbang, it's going to miss. Rib is going to fall because Leaf is not being challenged at all here towards the side. It's just lucky for OWKings that he's missing a lot of shots.
Yeah, he is. I don't know, he's landing about 50%, so it's not too bad. Manages to get himself a couple more, and there we go. That's the important ones. Gets himself a quick triple, going to chase on down. Is he going to finish it off? You bet your life he is. And Leaf, I think he's been the difference so far, honestly. Certainly on the first map, obviously it was his ulti that was running the Deadeye that forced Rib to commit seppuku and just jump off.
Or as Mitch says, Sudoku.
Sudoku. Have a game of Sudoku, but he's going to back away, get himself in position. Here they go again.
Deadeye coming through. Doesn't have an opportunity to actually pick up a kill, but he does force him in a really bad position. Somehow, Adatonian's just not being dealt with here to the side. He's going to Wraith form away, but will he get around the corner in time? Obel's going to use the Deadeye himself, but he doesn't have an opportunity to pick up any kills because he goes down to Leaf. Yeah, picks him off nicely there. Little dodge in and out. Oh, and he's managing to catch headshot after headshot. Graviton Surge finally comes through, and Adatonian, with his Death Blossom, will at last pick himself up a couple of kills with the combo. So they cap the point back out. 45% is all Redskins managed to reach, and now it's ascending in the favor of the Overwatch Kings. One thing I don't like about Overwatch Kings in particular is the use of the Graviton Surge with the Death Blossom. I don't think you need both those to actually secure these kills. I'll get back to that point in a second, because it's actually relatively important. But Heiko has Death Blossom up himself, but doesn't have an opportunity. Right up here with Discord on top of him. You can see how quickly he falls. Even with Primal Rage, he just doesn't have the HP or the ability to survive a Reaper in his face. But it has worked in their favor. While they were focusing on him, the rest of the team were picking up kills. Likely takes down his Zenyatta opponent. Leaf, really the only man managing to get something. So let's go back to the point. Let's talk about Graviton Surge. Graviton Surge and Death Blossom combined. Typically when you see a Reaper, like, you don't necessarily need to use a Graviton Surge to make these kills come through because you have the shield out of Zarya to keep you alive, and yet they're overlapping their ultimates when they can spread them out a little bit more and guarantee control of the point, because now without Death Blossom or Graviton Surge up there, OWKings lost the point without even being able to contest it. Yeah, because they're missing those big, key, vital
ultis. Speaking of ultis, I think Heiko is actually going to sneak back behind them. As they're going to push in here, I'm going to try and spin across. That's High Noon coming out of Olba. He's on the point. He pushes them off point. Now Heiko, who had just come from respawn, is about to pop straight in there. There's going to be the Transcendence, but that's about to run out. He can just pop straight in, get that Death Blossom around the side. He will clear out any remnants of the Overwatch Kings, and they cap it out. That was just simply down to Heiko being killed first, and then just coming back and catching them off guard.
And likely he used Transcendence early because he was trying to keep Olba alive, who got jumped on by Super Pluke. But with the Transcendence being used in the beginning, without any ultimates being used against you, it's kind of like it's a little bit wasted. You're not going to keep everyone in your team alive once that Reaper comes in with ultimate, which Heiko definitely did. But we're pretty much close on percent here. Overwatch Kings going for the attack. Heiko's already been dropped, and it's up to Leaf to hold on.
Well, Olba's got that Deadeye rating to go. Sound barrier will get popped. Noki was so very low, actually. Just before he gets it, Leaf gets booped off. That's tragic. That's not going to go well in their favor, and that should be Overwatch Kings that will take the points here. Rip gets himself a double. There's going to be Adatonian coming in. The point is cleared, 93%, but now it's going to be looking at overtime before Redskins get close.
I think it's trying to be Heiko to actually get on the point. He has less than half HP right now. He's trying to get onto the side to actually use the Wraithform to get in. I don't think they have a chance of the Groudon Surge being used, and there we go. Overwatch Kings do, in fact, tie things up. But, you know, we've seen such a big change within the last patch in this one, just based off the supports alone. So, yeah, you obviously see Zenyatta, but without a Mercy on your team, lower skill teams, I'm talking like the Tier 3, the Tier 4, the Tier 5 below teams, yeah, you can see using Symmetra to get the ball in. You get really punished. You get really punished if you overstep or make one slight mistake, which Heiko did. He got caught out in the beginning of the fight, which led Leaf to be the only DPS alive to actually to carry them. So you have to be really careful of your position. You have to be really careful to not be caught out, or you can cost your team a point like that.
So, let's get into it. Command Center. Any changes? Not a great deal, actually. Both teams sticking the same. You can see they've got identical lineups, and we're going to see who can come out on top. So far, Leaf has really impressed me on the McCree. Adatonian's going to get wrecked. Super Puck there. Winston versus a Reaper generally is only going to be one winner, and that's both tanks already picked off.
Yeah, and they're not even in a position to actually contest the point. However, Overwatch Kings have lost more people than Redskins has, even with the two tanks being down. Heiko's still alive. He's actually going to get rid of the Discord Orb and back away to get some healing. And Clown's going to just moonwalk in towards the point. But the initial capture, it looks like it will go Overwatch Kings' way, even though they lost more people in that fight.
Yeah, Olba just holding it down at the moment. He's got himself support around the side there. Clown's just going to back away. Olba's got to keep being very careful and flashbanging onto a shielded up Winston. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. But he manages to get the headshot on Denoya, so it all works out in his favor in the end. He's got himself that Deadeye built up, and they're holding the point successfully here. They've been forced back. Can he get any kills on the exit? Yes, he can.
Gets Leaf down, yeah. You can see them immediately just switch up. You talked about this earlier on, the first game we casted. Like, the better teams, when you pick up a kill or two, will immediately use Lucio to speed your team out and catch the rest of the team so you get the full wipe and get them on that full respawn. That's what we see Overwatch Kings do right there. They picked up a clean kill, and they chased the rest down because they wanted to secure the rest. Get up a lot of 0% built up, most importantly, for this next fight.
Yeah, it's very clear. Once they just get that a big advantage, that's a whiffed ulti there from Olba. Doesn't catch anything with it. Will manage to catch himself a Primal Rage Winston. That's not what he wants to be fighting. He's going to have to get away from this, and there's Supluk. It's going to take him down. Supluk. I don't know where I'm pulling his name. Maybe I'm going full French on it, but either way, Leaf manages to get himself his Deadeye cancelled off there, and now he's got a Primal Rage Winston on him.
I think Olba ran out of Pokeballs because he could not capture Super Pluke in his face on Winston. That was really stretched.
Very on point, though, you know.
It's very true. Because the thing is, there was two balls on. There was a Discord and there was Orb of Harmony, but he didn't have the Pokeball, the Master Ball he used to capture him.
He needed the Great Ball. Great Balls of Fire. Okay. I missed one, actually. I managed to get... I've got one last song title to get in, which I missed earlier on.
Are you going for song titles today?
No, well, you see, it's 33 years. That could be beautiful. Bum, 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 bum. Go, go, go. Oh, Leaf. I do like to see a Deadeye being successful like that. Graviton Surge, Deadeye combined nicely. And that is going to be continuing to tick in Redskins' favor. Still 63% OWKings in the lead. But the whiplash effect may continue as Olba has his Deadeye ready and waiting to go.
33 years for what, Deepman?
Kill 'em all.
What?
Kill 'em all.
I don't understand.
1983.
Killer Mole?
Kill
them all. I don't know, this is way before my time. I'm more of like the Backstreet Boys and Sync kind of days.
Metallica's first album.
Oh, Metallica. That's that country band, right?
Yeah, that's it.
OWKings, though, with Olba to the side, able to pick up a couple of clean kills with the help of Deadeye and his clean shots. The Orb of Harmony, the Primal Rage is going to say goodbye to Olba. He's going to go back to spawn here, and Leaf is using his Deadeye, and he has a clean kill on the Clown.
Yeah,
and they're going to hold the point. Look at this, actually taking the lead.
It's the big danger. Obviously, players have started to get a little bit more confident about using that ledge now that there's no Farahs to blow you off the ledge, which was quite often happened when the Farah was in the game. But you're still going to worry about the Primal Rage Winston, and Leaf is landing the shots along with Heiko. So 78% and counting for Redskins here on this King of the Hill map. Remember, all they need to do is lock themselves a win here and be going to a third map. This is obviously a best of 5. This is only 1-1 at the moment.
All right, so OWKings, this is basically their last chance here. They do have the Primal Rage and the Death Blossom. Twitty's really close to Graviton Surge, so most importantly, he has to stay alive. Aditone's going to go down as he was using ultimate, as Heiko used it himself, but that's 3-4 quick kills for for Redskins, and there's no one left on OWKings to even take the point.
The big dinks on the head.
Oh,
and
man.
Overtime ticks so fast now as well, once it goes through. I just marked that down for OWKings. I shouldn't have. That should be going down to Redskin. 2-1 Redskin, staying in the lead. Back to OWKings. Can you take it to all 5 games, or will we be seeing map number 3 come out?
Are we on night market? It looks like we're on night market.
Yeah.
So
this went OWKings' way, didn't it? Yeah.
Is yeah, there's no Symmetra this time, so they're not trying to cheese the ball.
No, they need to be in focus phase because they've just lost. They're thinking, yeah, that didn't work out, guys. I think they're a little angry. Okay. Meanwhile, Leaf's still trying to get the ball in the goal, but not working. In the goal, in the hoop, in the net.
It's all the same. I don't judge. I understand what you mean. Yeah. So there we go. OWKings, Redskins, pretty much going with generally the same lineups.
Yep.
Hasn't really seen much changing. Aditonian is still on the Reaper. Rib still going to be on the Winston, and Leaf again. Look at this. He's not being touched. Not at all. And you cannot allow a McCree with how much the changes have happened to him to do this. And they've finally been able to understand it, and Rib was able to jump on top of him. But they've had relatively a clean fight, fun enough, even though they didn't focus down Leaf.
So close and yet so far to the heel. Roll over.
What's the last song you're trying to get in?
That wasn't.
Let me see the paper.
I've already done it. Whiplash.
Oh.
Step way ahead of you. Way ahead of you.
I was like, no wonder that didn't make sense.
That's I'm so smooth. Yeah.
So should I do NSYNC ones?
Can you even think of any?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, you can.
Let's see. Superpluke actually is, I think, on the point, captured it himself. And OWKings just had a major mess up because they left the 2 tanks behind him as they pushed the DPS down. I mean, it's going to be good because eventually they should be able to turn this one and take the point, but still they can say bye-bye-bye to that point.
I like it. Yeah, so Olba is trying to seek and destroy at the moment, working his way through. Denyo not going to go down, gets himself a kill, and he's got support coming in. He's managed to get and stay alive. And they've held the point, so not only did they sneaky cap it, they've actually held it. That's a disaster.
And now Twitty will have Graviton Surge, though, which can be the big turning point. But yeah, like, I don't even know how they let it get back cap. I mean, I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to push the DPS down and then worry about the tanks later, but the tanks still do a hell of a lot of damage. Leaf using his Deadeye. Not going to get a kill, though. As you can see, the rest of OWKings is more than happy to hide behind this point. The Graviton Surge is going to be used to pull in 2. But 2 might not be enough.
No, that's not great. That's not great for sure. Olba will get himself the double out of that, though. There's going to be... I'm not sure about the use of the ulti there from Heiko. He'd already seen a couple of his teammates all drop in. I don't know. I really don't know what he was thinking there. He could have held that and used it for the next time because Aditonian's still got that Death Blossom in the next attack. So, and look, he could have used it, could have paired it with the Graviton Surge. It could have been an easy cap.
Oh, that's a lot of charge buildup for Deno already. He has Graviton Surge up. He's going to use it too, pulling in 3. The Soundbear is going to be there to help out. Aditonian is still waiting for his opportunity to use his Death Blossom, but he's lost out his 2 tanks now.
Yeah, but he could have had the ulti compared with it. But anyway, this goes back to the conversation we were having earlier, isn't it? Of do you need to combo it? Do you need to use that Death Blossom compared with the Graviton Surge? Is there enough damage to follow on through?
It's the Discord orb that really causes the problem, I feel like, is that because Reaper takes so much extra damage, the 50% extra, Zarya Shield alone might not be enough. So you have to kind of use it after he's been discorded to make the enemies in Zenyatta think that he has him discorded or something like that. It's a little bit tough, but let's see. Now Redskin at 75%. They have Transcendence, which they're going to use really early in the fight, but Heiko's already gone down.
Oh, but we're going to look around him, the side. He's got his Deadeye ready and waiting, but he's got no position to use it. He's going to try, strangely, then realize, wait, this is not a good idea. There's a Zenyatta right at my butt. That is not going to work. They lose the point.
All right, so now OWKings looking for the hold again. Aratonian's still sitting on his Death Blossom. But the thing is, he's not playing as sneaky as Oba was before. Remember on Dorado where Oba had all these sneaky positions with his McCree to get a lot of Deadays off and a lot of good shots? He's not being sneaky with Reaper. He's not getting on the high ground to actually catch him off. He's running straight through the front door, but with that, he picks up 5 kills with no strings attached.
Thank you very much, Aratonian. I was like, hey, he might just use the ulti here because they've got a good count going on. He might just, okay. That was perfect. Perfection. Very nicely done. Olba gonna sit and hide the whole ground. The whole ground? The high ground, I was about to say, but he's not even high, so I don't know where I was going with that, honestly. But Deadeye's going to come through, only gets himself the one. It was Leaf, that's the McCree on the opposite side, so it could be a vital one. Heiko's going to come through, he's got his Death Blossom ready and waiting to go, tries to pick up Twitty, but instead the Graviton Surge will pull him in, and he will get taken down, and that may just be it. Redskin, I don't think, is going to get close enough.
And with the Orb of Harmony and the Graviton Surge alone, was able to keep him alive, to use the Graviton Surge to keep them off the point. Well done by OWKings. They tied at 2 apiece. I stuck another NC reference in there, you just didn't catch it. And we will be seeing the 5th and final point here on Lijiang Tower.
So, I just let him slide. Because to be fair,
did you actually catch it?
No, it's all right, because
Okay.
you missed about 3 of mine.
I don't, yeah.
Because you don't know Metallica.
Was it Enter the Sandman?
No, that's the Black Album. That's a lot light.
That's
like
Metallica,
that's like
though, right?
1990, I think.
That's Metallica at least, right?
Yeah, it
okay,
is.
so I'm proud of myself for
It is.
that.
There you go.
Yeah, so into the final point here. Redskins have to win this to keep this series alive for themselves and have a chance to qualify for the $100,000 tournament at Gamescom. And OWKings, 4 weeks running, are looking to pick this up and get themselves through the quarterfinals again.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hit the lights and jump in the fire as we go straight into the final round. Gotta cue them all up. Let's see if Leaf, who has been fantastic, can manage to land the shots, but he gets quickly discorded off, and then quickly lightning gun down by Ribe. Beautifully done. That's the combo they needed. It takes out one of the main damage dealers, but they are falling as well. You think he's getting some serious damage done on point.
I mean, Leaf just went pop. He just absolutely blew up because of that chase down with the lightning gun or Tesla cannon out of Rib, and OWKings are to get the early hold. I think they're realizing that, you guys, we don't want to make this one close. We don't want to get the series any closer than it needs to be because we still have to play in a best of 5 tomorrow. But let's see. Same lineups for both teams. Not switching anything up yet. And you have to look at ultimates. Twitty is a little bit ahead of Dinho, but not far enough ahead to really make much of a difference. And Heiko, oh, these are free kills for him.
Yeah, he manages to get the flank around, but doesn't get the kill. Quick response there. The shield getting down. It's just unfortunate. It was a Xayah that he went straight into, so he didn't manage to pick up the kill. Leaf does, but he's already lost 2 teammates. Make that 3 as Heiko finally manages to get himself the kill. Unlikely. Gets flank around the side. Can still do some serious work here, but will get picked off by Olba. And that point is going to get hauled by the OWKings. 34% and counting. As Redskins, they have to win this.
If you're Aratonian, go on the high ground on the point right now, or get somewhere else behind the enemy team. You have Wraith for him to get away, but he's sticking with this team, which just makes it really questionable. He could just drop straight on top of them and get such a clutch Death Blossom. He's eventually going to get with the help of the speed boost out of Lucio, and they don't need the Graviton Surge for this, but it's just little plays like that that will separate a good team from a great team.
But he just got himself a lot of kills.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have. He really shouldn't have, because he was spotted out beforehand, but the speed up out of Clown allowed him to get those kills. I don't know. Like, you won't see Envious doing that, because they will just immediately eliminate that Reaper.
Graviton Surge. See, now what they're doing is timing it nicely. Olba, I'm not too sure whether he needed to use the Deadeye in there. They had pretty much them locked up in the doorway, and this is now a problem. 77% and counting. They have to back up. They have to respect the fact that there's a lot of ultis available for Redskins, but that's twice they've used just a small combo of ultis, and it's just totally wiped them. 87%. This is going to be the last attack.
This comes down to Likely. If he can use his Transcendence appropriately, and actually if Aratonian doesn't die here, then he can eliminate a lot of ultimates being used out of Redskins. It's up to him to kind of keep his team alive, or at least pull us into 100-0. Deadeye being used. Doesn't look like it really caught on too many people. Just on a Rib, Transcendence being used out of Redskins, so they're trying to buy some time. The Graviton Surge being used. He's going to need to get in there to help his team, but too many have fallen. He's going to have to back away. And the rest of OWKings have to go in for a final attack, or another attack at least.
Yeah, Likely not with his team. Realised as soon as the Graviton Surge came down, the problem is that was a lot used. Heiko's still sitting on his Death Blossom, so he may be able to do a similar attack, but he's not in position. He's far away, and he just come back from spawn. You can see they're trying to speed him up. The problem is he's out of position. They're already pushing, so they wanted to try and catch him in the doorway. Ideal world situation, but it's not going to happen. Heiko is going to come around the side, but the sound barrier will counter a lot of it. Transcendence is still available as well. Likely will now pop that down. There's Anatonian's Death Blossom as well, and you can see the kill score. It's all going in favor of Overwatch Kings. They should clear the point. They will recap the point. They're already at 99%. If this is a team ace, it is game over. And Overwatch Kings will go through to the round of 8.
There they go. They're going to capture the point. All they do is just push forward. Don't allow a Tracer to get on toward that point to keep an overtime. GG's even being called out by Leaf. And Overwatch Kings, you have another opportunity. This is your last chance tomorrow in the quarterfinals to see if you're going to go through to the regional finals, where the top 4 teams will be going through for their piece of the $100,000. 4 from EU, 4 from NA. I'm actually excited to see who's going to get through. It's going to be a crazy tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty epic, as you mentioned. The fact it's double Lillian. There's Adatonians. 5 kills. The final one at the end. Likely just taking it away from him. Didn't quite get the team ace. But oh well, I think he'd be happy overall. 3-2 in the end on the King of the Hill, Lijiang Tower. They took them all the way, so congratulations to Overwatch Kings. Commiserations to Redskins. You're not going to be into the playoffs, but that's all going to be happening tomorrow. Jason's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Mitch will be with us, of course, at Ubershouts. Don't forget him. It is all going to be happening at 6 p.m. Central European Summertime tomorrow. Join us then. It's going to be great.
But before we do end up the show, let's look at the brackets for tomorrow. Because I didn't have the video ready. If you looked at the screen, you would have saw I didn't have the video ready yet. The matches that we'll have coming up tomorrow is Overwatch Kings against the winner of Lemix against the other team. Team Era up against the winner of Reason Gaming versus Exaquio. B-Fi up against the winner of Team Project and Choke OW. And Skylong up against We United in all best of 5s, one game after another. Now you have to give me a second to get the video ready.
You've dug your own grave now. I mean,
okay, I'll end the show. I got this.
Just need to say goodbye. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.